Hello and welcome to Athena's Creations 2017. I'm Athena Turk, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator since 2017. Welcome to my YouTube channel and my live on Facebook in Athena's Creations. Tonight I have a couple of special cards that I've made. We're going to be using the kit or the paper pumpkin from April this year. I'm a little behind on my paper pumpkins, but when I saw this, I knew I wanted to pair it up with the new Sweet Cheers and Sips. The colors just remind me of some fun drinks, and I'm just not quite done playing with this bundle Sweet just yet. There's so many fun things you can do with this. And also, I've got some alternatives for this one. Of course, a couple of fun folds. You know, I love fun folds. And so I always try to incorporate those in all of my videos if I can. There's 2 or 3 that I probably use a lot, but tonight we're going to use one I haven't used in a while. So I think that you will enjoy it. And I will, of course, share all the measurements and everything that goes with it. Thank you so much for joining me. Hey, Barb. I'm glad you got to join us. We've also got our in-home workshop this month on the 14th. So a week from this Saturday will be our monthly workshop, and we will have some fun folds, new to me fun folds, and some other great stamping things ready for you. So if you have any questions, just reach out. And we will go ahead and get started. When I turn the camera down, I'm going to actually share with you some amazing cards that I got to make in a shoebox swap with a bunch of other amazing demonstrators in the Central Texas area. So we're going to go ahead and share all of those and some fun little tips with you. And of course, this is my favorite. So one moment while I go ahead and point the camera down. Oops, you can see that bright light. Sorry about that. And then if there's a loud barking in the background, just please ignore it. My puppy dog is very good at letting me know if there's somebody walking on his sidewalk. All right, let me make sure I get this adjusted here. Hopefully it won't move too far away. That didn't help. Hold on. I think all right, I think it seems to take me forever, and I've been doing this for a while, but I'm always adjusting this camera. I really do need to learn how to do the, what's it called? Editing, I guess, for this part. I'm going to get this one of these days. Okay, I think I just figured that one out. This little gadget I'm using has lots of little adjustments. I think that's as good as we're going to get tonight. Oh, goodness. Let's get started. This kit is, like I said, it's the Inked Occasions, and it is from our April paper pumpkin. This is a monthly gift I give myself. This is a kit that can come to your front door for 25 bucks. Shipping is included. It gives you these beautiful color instructions, even a little measuring grid, all the details for all the cards. And then on the back, it shows the coordinating products. And we're going to be using this die tonight for one of our alternative cards. And it shows everything that's included. So you get a stamp set, an ink spot, and then you get all of your adhesives and all the die cut pieces, beautiful envelopes, which we're going to cut, or I've pre-cut, and we're going to use for the inside of a card. And it, of course, gives you all of the coordinating colors, which I absolutely love so much. I hope that angle is okay. I always worry it's kind of crooked, but I want to get it as close to the project as possible because I'd noticed in my videos in the past, I was too far up for some reason. Anyway, Cheers and Sips has been one of my favorites here of late that I've been playing with. And even though I showcased it last week, I'm not quite done playing with it, as you can tell from this fun little mess that's on the corner of my desk. There's like so many different pieces that we can use for so many different fun cards, congratulations, cheers, anniversaries. And of course, the inked occasions this month has thinking of you, congratulations, hugs, and some nice word set. So this is a great way to start your stamp collection, is with the paper pumpkin. Congratulations on your retirement, to the happy couple, sending my love. So if someone's in the hospital or they're not feeling well, that would be some great sentiments to use. Now, before we get started, this is that add-on. It's called Hugs A Bloom Dies, and there's 4. And I'll just spoil it a little bit for you. This die cut and this die cut will go well with the kit coming in June, which is this month. And it's going to showcase Timid Tiger, one of the new in colors. It'll be the ink spot. So if you want to get a head start on your new in colors, the June Paper Pumpkin Kit is the one not to miss. And we're going to be using a lot of those fun embellishments that go with this. Now let me just show one of the cards that we made. Well, I'll show a lot of these. I'm not real sure how to explain the card base on this one. It's a different fun fold. It's new to me, but I love all the dimension and the coloring. This is such a fun card. This was one of the demonstrators designed it. Kathleen is her name. I'm trying to remember all the names, but forgive me if I don't. There were 10 of us that were stamping, and it was a lot of fun. Let's see. And of course, this one I've shared. It's the this one's so cute. And it's got the little, I would have never purchased this one, but it's so, so cute. I just love that. Fun card. And then this is a really neat one. This one kind of caught my eye. This one is I can't remember the name of but it's one of the new bundles. I love that I've known you for so many birthdays. That's a fun sentiment. And then we've got this one. Thank you for everything. Lots of great ideas. This was a demonstrator shoebox swap. I try to attend as many demonstrator functions as I can, because then I can get new ideas and stamp with new stamp sets, because I believe it or not, I don't have all of the stamps that are in the catalog. I just don't have the time, I guess, to devote to all the fun. But this is another one that's with the washi tape. Lots of fun. Love these designs. Hope your birthday is turtly awesome. So cute. And this one, I changed it up just a little bit. It had like a bow, but I added this little piece here, and I added the Stampin' Up! Because of course I love all things Stampin' Up! Coneflower, that's it. Yeah, that's a fun one. And then this was my another swap that I did with another group of ladies. This was my design. You open it up. Friends are flowers in the garden of life, and then you can have the coordinating flowers. You can get those seeds at your dollar stores. So the card base on this one is 5.5 by 4 1/4, and the designer series paper is 10 by 5 1/4, scored at 4 and 8. Lots of fun. Thanks for being there. Some of my favorite die cuts. And this one was made by Charlotte. This is that new suite that I had to order immediately when we had that suite sale that started this month. And it goes through the end of June. You buy one suite, you get the second one 50% off. And somehow or another, I found the measurements for this card base. So I'm definitely going to have to play around with this one and come up with another design using a different bundle. Ooh, maybe the Sips and Cheers. So much fun. And another one. You are so kind. So I love doing all, like I said, all the demonstrator swaps. There's just so many. And hopefully I didn't leave anybody out. I can't remember everybody's names. There are so many of them, but it's so much fun. I wanted to share that with you. And then we're going to go ahead and get started. We're, like always, I'm going to do the, oh, mercy. I'm going to go ahead and, oh, sorry about that. Do the cards as is, although we all know how hard that is for me because, you know, these card bases are amazing. I'll just say that. Okay, so let's do this one. It's the Thinking of You. I think that's the first one. Well, I guess it's card number 2, but I want to do that one because we're going to be using these flat adhesive dots because there's some little fine intricate details in this one. And of course we've got our cute little stamp, the butterfly. So again, this card base is amazing. And one of the alternatives, I had to use that front because it's just too gorgeous. Now look at that envelope. Beautiful. So these are the pieces we're going to use those flat adhesive pieces for. And then this one, this little die cut piece is part of the kit, and this is for Thinking of You. It's already pre-cut out. It's pretty amazing. And then this one, before we, I guess we need to put this on first and then we can stamp the butterflies, it looks like. That's probably smart. So let's go ahead and we'll turn this over. I was gonna have this ready to go, but I totally forgot about doing that ahead of time. Which again, this, if I knew how to do the editing of these, I would have done that. This would be a good spot, in other words, to do that with. So you don't have to watch me do the putting these on. And these are really, really tiny, which is fine. Here's some bigger ones. I love that all the kits have these. It's probably the easiest adhesive to carry with you. And good, and it's really good for some of these really, like I said, really finite, intricate pieces. Let's see, let's put some over here. And these are delicate. See, oh, it almost tore. Have to be very careful. All right, let's put a couple of these right there. Okay, I feel like we need a couple more. Let's see. But again, I want to be real careful because, ooh, it's delicate. Yes, I will work on figuring out, yes, I think that's a good idea, Barb. We'll do that new fold in the card class. And then, of course, I'll feature it on one of my lives. That way I can share all the measurements. That's another thing that I love about doing a shoebox swap or just a general swap with other demonstrators. Then I get some new ideas for card designs, new fun folds, because I'm all about the fun fold. It's hard for me to do just a basic card because I love all the fun things you can do with paper, which is kind of ironic because, you know, back in high school, when they told me I had to do algebra and equations and all the things, and I was like, what? I'm never going to use that. I would have never thought I would use it today, but I do. Okay. Ooh, again, be real, real careful with all of those pieces. I'll clean up later. Okay. So looks like we're going to line this up kind of like so. You just press it down. You can always turn it over. Press it down. Now we can stamp our little butterflies. And it comes with a little Berry Burst ink spot, but I am going to use my big ink pad while I have it handy. Let's see, how do I have my butterflies? And it just shows a couple of butterflies, one there, but I want to put a couple more over here. Because why not? They look so cute. Where else can I put some butterflies? I'm putting more than the instructions show. Because I love butterflies. Isn't that cute? Now next we're going to stamp the Thinking of You. It's going to be on this piece right here. And when you get your first paper pumpkin, you get a block included. It's the D block. But I tend to just get out all of my different size blocks. There we go. So cute. Every now and then I share my crafty mess, because that's what it is. It's a little bit of a mess. I got little sticky places I probably should have cleaned, but this is how it is when you're playing around up to the last minute, and then it's like, oh yeah, I did not wash the table off. Thinking of You, and it's got some beautiful gold accents on here. And it looks like that is it. Thinking of You. Now, I won't stamp the inside just yet because I'm thinking I'm going to send it to somebody who just had surgery. And so I might stamp hugs on the inside. And possibly some other sentiments. We'll see. So there's card number 1. Or number 2. And now let's do this card. And again, this card base absolutely screams to be cut in half and used to make 2 other cards, because look how gorgeous that is. So this is really difficult for me to do this exactly as it says in the instructions here. Look at that, just gorgeous paper. Every time I see that it's moved, I keep thinking I need to adjust this. Hopefully this does it. It like keeps tilting this way. I don't know what the deal is. Okay. Again, we've got some intricate pieces with this word hugs. And on this one, we're definitely going to stamp our little butterflies first. Hugs, I'm here for you. So let me get this one on a block. And I haven't stamped with it yet, so you can see what I do to, I guess you could say, prep it. Because, you know, photopolymer, when it's brand new like that, you might need to prep it. Pardon my reach. Grab my little G block here. I'm here for you. Get my little cleaner out. And I've not done anything with it, but I'm cleaning it. That's how I prep it. And then of course, when I'm cutting paper down, I usually have some little pieces, and then I like to stamp it. Perfect. Something about cleaning. I don't know what it is on a brand new block, but the trick for me is just to clean it. So if you've had issues with it in the past, just maybe try that. All right. I'm here for you. And so this one's perfect. Let me show you what you could do with this one. So even though I use this as a, just to check it out before I stamp on the actual thing, you can turn it into like a little banner. Use that on another card. So lots of possibilities there. And then let's see, so the card's going to go this direction. So let's go ahead, stamp our little butterflies. I noticed I had a little ink on my block, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean that. And then I'm here for you is gonna be up on dimensionals. And I've got me some miniature dimensionals. In other words, they're really tiny. Use it for that one. And looks like we're going to put our butterflies. One there. It shows just one over here, but I'm going to put the two right there. And why not add more? I just can't help myself. So cute. Okay. And so we're going to go ahead. And again, we're going to use the flat adhesive, what I call them flat. Pardon me. Just kind of sporadically put that on there. And then sometimes you just need some of the little tiny ones for in between. All right. Like I said, we'll have a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. Next time I'll try to remember to have this part done, or somehow figure out how to fast forward this part. That would be ideal. I might play around with it, like save it twice before I upload it, and then see if I can like fast forward this part where I'm putting these guys on. Okay. All right, so here we go. Hugs. And then I'm here for you. What a nice card. And look at that back. Oh, it's so pretty. Again, it's a struggle for me to not change that one and just keep it as is because it's just so pretty. And then the third one is this one. And again, gorgeous card base. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay. And another gorgeous envelope. Look at all that speckled, beautiful gold. You know, this probably would go with that new Kintsugi suite. I'm probably saying that wrong. But it's one of those, it's on the Kintsugi inspirations. It's got a lot of character in that paper too. It kind of reminds me of that. So I have extra card bases of these, and I might use that to make a card with when that one comes in. I waited till the sweet sale, and it actually just shipped, surprisingly. Okay, so it looks like, oh, it's identical. Front and back is identical. Okay. And it looks like we're going to stamp some of the cute butterflies again on this one. Right down there. Right there. This one's congratulations. You are amazing. So we're going to go ahead and clean I'm here for you. And we're going to exchange it for the words, you are amazing. And I don't mind that my stamps have that pretty hue of color. I really like it. That just means I've used them. And I always feel bad when something retires and I haven't used it. You are amazing. Congratulations. So the other one I cleaned first. This one I haven't. So let me just show you what it looks like when I haven't cleaned it at first. It almost looks like it's a wash or something. I don't know. Something about cleaning it. It just stamps better for me. All right, so let's try that one more time. You are amazing. So that's going to go on this little piece here. Nice. And then the word congratulations. Okay. When you're all thumbs, you use your take your pick tool. That gummy part. There we go. All right. Looks like there's something on my block. Congratulations. Isn't that pretty? Okay. Let's see, it looks like you are amazing is on dimensionals, and so is congratulations. And then this one is flat. Okay. So go ahead and put our flat adhesive on here. Okay. Isn't that beautiful? That is really pretty. You are amazing. Use these tiny little miniature dimensionals. And regular size for congratulations. It's so pretty. Congratulations on your wedding. Congratulations on your diploma. Congratulations on your engagement. So many possibilities. You are amazing. And that's it for the 3 cards from the kit. Now we're going to move on to my alternatives. And they are Athena Originals. I love that. Meaning that although this kit's been out for a while and there's literally hundreds of samples out there, these are my own ideas that I'm about to share with you. So, hope you're ready. Thinking of you, bringing in the beautiful ribbon from the Sips and Sweet, the Sweet. Cheers and Sips Sweet. And then using that die cut and some gold. And then cutting the envelope for the inside of this fun fold card. Oh, thank you. I always hope to center it correctly, but I never know. And so I brought in some Berry Burst paper. This is the envelope that I trimmed down. And then this is one card base that I just cut in half. Because like I said, you could make multiple fun cards this way. I think we're done with these. I'm going to use regular adhesive for the next couple of cards here. And here is all the fun pieces for this one. And then for some embellishments, I'm using the Tinsel Gems 4-pack. Sometimes I forget to add embellishments and I look at it later and realize, oops, what was I thinking? So that was the envelope. This was part of this one that I just cut in half for this card here. Using this gorgeous ribbon. And so here is our regular card base. And I didn't write down any measurements, but I think everybody knows on the 5.5-inch side, you're going to score at 5.5 and 2 1/8, I believe the measurement is. Let me just double check to make sure. I believe that's right. Yep, 2 1/8. It's 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. Excuse me. I said 5.5 earlier. So it's basically folded in half, and then this part is folded back onto itself. Now, first we're going to do our stamping, and then we're going to put the ribbon on a special way because of the way this card fold is. Some of it's going to be seen in the back. So let's do this slowly and carefully. Let's see. All right, we've got our fun butterflies. I sometimes forget that I need to let it sit there for a couple of seconds so that it can soak into the paper, the image. Very pretty. Next, Thinking of You. And then I have to mention while I'm doing this that another of hundreds of reasons why I love the Paper Pumpkin kits. Not only do you get beautiful cards, but you have stamps that you can use later. And inevitably, when I put my cards together, somebody is sick or there's somebody who is feeling down and, you know, maybe needs a Thinking of You card. And so I try to send my cards in the mail, and I have a feeling I will be able to use a couple of these this week. So it's really nice to be able to have the cards you need on hand. Okay, so next, that's going to go on top there. I'm just basically going to lay this out. This is approximately 8 inches of ribbon. And I'm going to kind of cheat. I'll show you what I mean here in just a second. All right, because I want it to overlap just a tiny little bit. But I want it to overlap kind of in the middle there. All right. So this is my cheating, if you will. Just like that. So there's a little bit of an overlap. That way you can see that really pretty on the back. Now I'm going to just trim it just a tiny bit. Okay. Next, we are going to carefully adhere this to the front of the card. So I basically want it to, this is something I should do first that I didn't do before and it almost didn't work out. You want to do this inside piece. And I'll explain why in just a moment. As close to centered as possible. Because then when you close this, you want these to line up. Okay? So that's why you want to put your inside piece on first. Then you line it up. And I like to hold one side down and lift up the flap to apply adhesive just to this panel part. And I've been making a lot of cards lately, and I'm going through the Stampin' Seal like crazy, like it's nobody's business. All right. So we've got our nice piece here that we're going to adhere. Flat. We're going to adhere this one flat. Just like that. And we're going to go ahead and put our Thinking of You right on top. Just like that. Next, we need to do our ribbon. Let me just show you real quickly. This ribbon, it's part of the Cheers and Sips gold striped mesh ribbon. Absolutely gorgeous. Like you're tying, like you learned how to tie your shoes. You have the 2 pieces. The 2 bunny rabbit ears that are going to cross over each other. And then you're going to pull that piece through. And you basically just work it a little bit. just like that until you get the bow that you want. Beautiful. Then you just trim it off. And then we're going to bring in a glue dot. To me, that's the easiest adhesive for ribbons. And it's going to go right there, even though it's going to cover up a little bit. And then you just come in and just trim it a tiny bit. Just like that. And the final piece, don't forget your embellishments. And for this one, we've got ribbons, so I decided I did 2 of the green. I want to do 2 of the blue, I think. Let's see what it looks like. Used to, they would have the colors, but I would be guessing which one they are. I don't know. Maybe that's Bubble Bath. Again, purely guessing. I would have to look it up. I'm assuming it would be online. All right, so again, using the gummy part. There we have it. Card number 1 of my alternative. I think the green one looked better on the gold. All right, so that was 5 cards. Next is another fun fold using this card. Fun fold. What do we call these? They're the fun fold templates, card templates. I have lots of templates. I've found this has been the most useful for me, the most helpful. And of course, when I'm playing around with the new in colors, this we got it on stage called Celebration Expressions, Memories and More card pack. And this right here is 3x4. So it's the perfect piece to put on this card design, this template. And then this piece, I basically cut down to the 5 1/4 by 2 3/4. And another Athena original using the Cheers and Sips. And then, of course, this is Timid Tiger. Now, I realize this card has nothing to do with the paper pumpkin kit, but the next one will. This is such a fun little kit. And cards for, you know, fun occasions. Cheers. This could just be, you know, cheers to a friend. It's a lot of fun. It's bright, it's cheery. I love it. Timid Tiger, one of the new in colors. Love that color. It's a really nice hue of orange. Really do like it. Now, I did do some pre-stamping and pre-cutting and die cutting and all the things, but there will be some coloring and stamping, of course. This is 2-sided, so it's like well done, amore, hello, wow, yes, and other languages, which is really cool. So there's always 2 sides. What a crowning achievement. And I love, love, love those colors. Now these right here, like I said, I've been playing around with all the Cheers and Sips that are on my desk, so I'll be using different ones tonight. This will be for the inside. But before we do the inside, we're going to build this card slowly. And here's some of my pre-done pieces. The first thing we're going to do is this is our card base. And our card base is 7 1/4 by 5 1/2, scored at 3 inches. That's going to be this side. And then this piece right here is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, scored at 1 inch. That's this piece right here. And this template I left blank so you could see that you need to adhere this first before you put any layers on it. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put that on there. And I like to use the grid to help me line it up. And the way I line it up is there's these 2 blocks here. And there's approximately 2 blocks on the bottom. And that is going to be the half point, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's go ahead and add our adhesive. Line it up one more time. Got 2 blocks at the top, we got 2 blocks at the bottom. There it is. Okay. So now we can go ahead and add our pieces. And this piece is 5 1/4 by 2 3/4. Find that sweet spot where it's in the middle, centered. Hold down one side. Lift up the flap, and let's go ahead and change our cartridge again this week. I almost changed it before I started, but I had a little bit left, so that's okay. And it's really easy to change the cartridge on these. You just open it up, take the old one out, and I have a little bit of adhesive buildup, gunk or whatever. But you just basically line up those little pieces right there. Grab any of that buildup. I keep meaning to inbox and letting them know we need a gum guard or something right there. But anyway, that's how quick and easy that is. We'll finish adhering these on here. Gotta get that runner started. So much easier with a brand new one. And then this one we can add on as well. Such a bright, beautiful color for a card. Okay. Now, let's get our pieces here. That's for cheers. And then I picked 2 different ones. They're similar but different. We're going to stamp the ice cubes using Basic Beige. This may or may not work, but we're going to try it anyway. Oh, it works. Wonderful. And so this one I had previously put through that embossing folder, which is really sharp. Love that. Fun little idea there. And then we're going to get our strawberry, which is, here we go, off to the side. We're going to get our little strawberry, and we're going to get a little orange. This could be an orange. This could be a lemon. It could be a lime. It could even be a grapefruit. I don't have all the blends, but I do have the markers. So we're going to we're going to use that one. And Memento ink. These little pieces are great. I've got a few of these from bits and pieces that I've cut cardstock and had little pieces left over. These little pieces are perfect for projects like this, and I just put all these little pieces in a baggie so I have them available to use later. Okay. And so now, let me show you what I did. We're going to use the pointed side, and we're just going to outline the outside. Normally I would use the blends, but I'm just using what I have on hand. And then for the inside, I'm just going to give it a little brush of light Daffodil Delight. Just a little brushing. And then on my strawberry, I'm using dark Granny Apple. And of course, dark Real Red. I realize I'm going to do this again on the inside of the card. And you know, when I play with a brand new suite like this one, I kind of feel like I could play with it for a month and create some amazing cards. But honestly, when I place an order and a new stamp set comes in, I get so distracted. Like I could play with this one for another couple more weeks, but I've got some new fun coming in next week, and I might want to play with those. I definitely get distracted easily. Let's see. Okay, so the word cheers. Here we go. I used it earlier, and so I'm going to need to clean it because for this card, we're going to use the Timid Tiger for the cheers. Love the new in colors, so pretty. And so it may not look like it's clean, but it is. Here we go. All right, Timid Tiger. And then Magic, ta-da, die cut this one. All right, here we go. And then for the inside, I stamp the strawberry and the orange. There's the strawberry. This is such a fun, fruity tooty type of card. Lots of techniques and things you can do with this one for sure. All right, let's get our Granny Apple green. Strawberry. And you always want to stamp first and then adhere to your card base, because if you mess up, you can always turn it over and try again. This is the part where I would speed up, fast forward. I really need to figure that out. The problem is I sometimes am chatty Cathy, and so I don't know. I think I need to get my markers out and play with them more. These are really fun. And it's just so relaxing too when you get to use new fun things. Get your product out and play with it. Send a bright, cheerful card in the mail. I think that's what I'm going to do tomorrow at my lunchtime. I'm going to send some cards in the mail. I think that would be fun. All right, so next, let me see. What did I do with those cutting scissors? Okay. All right. So again, we're just going to come in and we're going to make a little banner. We're going to start in the middle, come in from the sides. But I see that I need to trim it down a bit. Haha, let's do that again. Do the little banner again. There we go. Okay, so now we can adhere down this piece here to the inside. And with this particular fold, you wouldn't have to, but because of this piece, you kind of want to hide that fact. And so it's recommended that you go ahead and do that. And I thought, let's have something fun on the inside. Those fun pieces there. Next, we're going to go ahead and adhere down this one right here. It's the exact same one as this one, the original. I just stamped the outside, die cut it out, and then I put it through with the die cut and the embossing part of it. What I mean by that is this piece. So it'll die cut it out and emboss this piece in the middle all together one time. And that's what I did for that one. Okay, so next we've got this one, and we're going to use our dimensionals, and we've got this Sidewinder piece here, so let's just use that. Cheers. Just like that. And then we're going to bring this one and we're just going to give it a little snip. Good thing I left a little bit at the top. It just dawned on me what I did, what I forgot to do. Okay, there we go. We'll just hold that down just for a second. All right, so I'm going to give this a little bit of adhesive. And put the slit just like that. I meant to mention that we want to make sure you don't put the adhesive at the top so you have room to bring it in. Again, a little slit and a little bit of adhesive. Like I said, I could play with this suite of product all month long, and still so many ideas out there with this one. So cute. And then part of this suite is the holographic resin dots. Stampin' Up! Has tons of amazing embellishments. I love all their embellishments. Put a couple over here. I love all the bling that goes with embellishments. And that's my card number 2. And then for our last card is an alternative to the kit, where I brought in some Blackberry Bliss cardstock. Cheers, congratulations. And this is that card front. And then some more of these. I think you could probably use any paper pumpkin kit and just go to town with all of this because it coordinates so beautifully. And then this one I had pre-done before where I just cut it in half. Again, lots of fun. Let's do some stamping with our icicles. And we'll start with the small. I love this piece because it's outlined in gold. There's one. Ooh, it's a little close to the bottom. That's okay. And then this one, kind of up a little bit. Okay. Next, it's going to be our basic beige and our little icicles or ice cubes. I don't know about you, but I love me some ice. I really love ice in my drinks. Add a few more on that one. I'm really into the ice in my waters. Really into the water talk. Okay. So now I'm gonna need a couple of these dimensionals. And I don't know if you noticed on this one has the cherry, and then I just added the little cherry bling on the side. So cute. Oh, I'm glad you love the design. Thank you so much. All right, so this one, they're similar, but you know, just a shade different, just a little bit. And I'm purposefully off-centering it just a tiny bit. I think I need a small dimensional right there. Okay. All right. And then this one, we're going to stamp cheers right on the card. Let me clean it because I'm pretty sure we used the Timid Tiger. I probably should have stamped this one second, then cleaned it and used the Timid Tiger, but oh well. No worries. And the inside is going to be stamped congratulations using Berry Burst. Cheers. So pretty. Congratulations. And it is graduation season too, so Or maybe you have a niece or nephew that's turning 21 and they get to go and woohoo. Again, so many uses for this bundle set. So fun. All right, so now we're ready to adhere everything down. This is going to be the inside. I just loved all the soft hue colors. And before I finish, this is the last card. If you don't have the paper pumpkin kit, you can do something very similar using your blending brushes. And you could just blend in some color. You could do something very, very similar. This one's going to go right on the top. Cheers, congratulations. Cheers, happy birthday. I almost did a birthday card, but similar but different. And again, we're going to bring in the fun pieces here, the fun elements. So the pink is on the bottom on this one, and the pink's on the top on this one. No worries, it looks great. Where did that one fly off to? I'm going to find it where I least expect it. One time when I was cleaning up, I found an embellishment on my fingernail. It's like, okay now. How many of you has that happened to? Okay. All right. There we go. Here are our cards for tonight. Oh, wait, you know what? I almost forgot. This cute little dude needs to be right there. I can't tell you how many times I'd go back on my lives and realize I did not put the embellishment on that one. How come? All right, so we've got the alternative. Cheers. Congratulations. And then this fun one. Right there. This alternative. And then this congratulations. Oh, thank you, Patsy. This one hugs. And thinking of you. All these were from tonight's card class. Using the Inked Occasions April Paper Pumpkin Kit. And the Cheers and Sips suite of product. I have no idea what we'll do next week, but it will be fun. I may or may not use some more from the Cheers and Sips. I'm not exactly sure if I'm done with it yet, because like I said, there's so many fun possibilities. But there are so many new things. I get distracted, so I'll know more next week, and I will share with you then. But I look forward to seeing you next week for our live, and then again on the 14th for our workshop. So hope you can come. If you have any questions, just reach out, and I'll be happy to help you. Thank you again for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Happy stamping!